What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So here we are for the start of our Champions League group campaign. Gonna go into the transfers very briefly to just give a sort of overview of people that have gone out. So we completed our signings, of course. Last time we signed Marcos Lopez, we signed Brown, we signed this guy, we signed that guy. We we signed a few people on the transfer deadline day. In terms of outs, I don't really talk about the loans, but I guess we'll talk about loans. Dave Britton, I thought you already know about, went on loan to Lincoln, as well as Dave Edwards. I'm trying to think of who's a half-decent youngster. Eric Bufton did have one-star potential. I'm not sure he has that anymore. He doesn't. He went out on loan to Gibraltar United. As you see, Leo FC loaned in 5 of our players. Cannons only loaned in 1. I don't know why they didn't try and get a few more, but they only asked for 1, so I gave it to them. College Europa loaned out. Got 2 players on loan from us. Mons Calpe got 1. Europa Point got 1. But to me, the key one is Marcos Lopez, who we spent 500k on. Ended up loaning him out a few days later, and the reason for that was because this team, I can't really pronounce them. Ferenez. Again, I'm not too sure, but they're in the Premier League, which is the top league in Portugal, and they're currently in 10th place. I don't actually know where they're predicted to come. I should have checked that out before I actually let him go out on loan. They're expected to finish last, so that's not exactly a great place. But they asked to loan Marcos Lopez. They asked, can we get this guy on loan? He'll be a first-team player for us. And I said, yeah. And so what I did is I let him go out on loan there. He should be playing first-team football, but I also added in a clause where I could recall him back. So say if he goes there and he's not playing enough first-team football, maybe he's not playing particularly well, I'll call him back and just sort of say his time there wasn't really worthwhile, and we'll bring him back and play him here. Yet to make an appearance because he's only been there for 15 days. There was an international break as well after I loaned him out, which of course there's always one after September. So hopefully we'll start seeing a few games. I'm getting the scout to get reports from his matches. So like I say, if I don't see many good games coming out of him, I might bring him back after a few months just because it wouldn't really be worth his time. So that's the only bit of news I want to talk about. I just want to talk about the loan because, it's the first guy, or one of the first few guys we spent money on in this thing. So it's kind of important we check out his development and, see how he does. But in terms of the team today, let's go through it. So when it came to the registration period, we made one change. We actually unregistered Colin McCourt and we registered Silvio, the Brazilian striker we brought in. And you may be wondering, why would I do that? Silvio isn't exactly a great player. Don't get me wrong, he's not a bad player, but he's not a great player. Why did I bother doing that? And the reason I did that was because we don't really have a good young striker in the team. And with Silvio, with Dugel, with Ceciliano, with Sonogo, sorry, we have players who can play right mid. They play right attacking mid, which I know isn't the same thing, but in another way it is. Because it's just they can play winger out on the right, and they could do that. They could drop back there and they'll be pretty decent at it. So I decided to do that. I was considering putting Amanda in, and the only reason I didn't was because the only guy I felt I could unregister was Taha Masundi, and he can play right back and centre back, and that versatility could be needed. So I decided I'd keep him in. It just means Amada will just play in the league and stuff. Won't really make too much of a difference. And in terms of today's starting lineup, we have Cox in goal, Rudot, Perez, Amari, and Muster. So obviously Amari stands out there. That's because Meti is currently suspended from this match. So Amari starts. Carragher's right mid, Mazzucchelli and Tadibe centre mids, and Rebic is out on the left. And up front we have Sonogo and Ceciliano. And the bench, you may notice that we have Morgan, Vasconcelos, Carlos, both all on the bench. Basically, we only have one striker on the bench. And you're probably wondering, why the hell is that? And the reason that is because I didn't realise Meti was actually suspended from this match until the day of kickoff. So I sorted out this team before I started recording, and it meant Kevin Stockbridge ended up playing in the youth league. He went out and played in the youth league, so he's ineligible for today's selection. So it just meant I had to put Dan Morgan on the bench instead of a preferable another defender, which would have been Kevin Stockbridge, due to every other defender in this team being unable to be registered. I did look in the under-18s and I had a look at what youth was available, and they were all shocking. I'd rather have Dan Morgan on the bench to play backup. So yeah, not exactly the strongest bench, but hopefully we won't see many injuries and stuff. So let's go into this match against Juve. I'm excited today because it's probably going to be the toughest test of this group, and it'll give us a really good indication. It couldn't really get much tougher than away to Juve. So they reckon they'll win. which, you know, we expected. You know, we're obviously going to go there, not favourites. We're obviously going to go there and be seen as the underdogs and the weaklings and stuff like that. So, you know, nothing less than I expected. It's taken a while to say these teams are warming up. There we go. But, yeah, you know, it's been hard. Obviously, you know, we'd rather have him, but I'm not going to bother doing it anyway. But obviously, we'd rather have our first-choice centre-backs, but it's not panned out that way. So, I'm just checking out the frame rate here because I don't want it to lag. No, it's not lagging. Cool. It wasn't getting great frame rate a second ago. But, yeah, let's go. Gibraltar United, Juve Gibraltar United in the first game of the Champions League groups. And it's an important game today. We need a win, or we need something, really, from this match. We're going to get a free kick early on. Sidibe is going to take it, and it's a shot on target. It's a shot on target less than a minute in, so here's something. All right, now Carlos is building up play with Juve. Oh God, I was about to say, are they still going to get a shot away from that? It was blocked, the actual shot itself, which means Juve get themselves a corner, whipping this one in, and they score from the near post. It's all too simple for them. I find ourselves 1-0 down already, and it looks like it could be another painful year away in Europe. I mean, should there not be a bloke on the post? I don't know. Maybe I don't do my set pieces. I could create a set piece, but you know, the man marking him didn't even mark him properly. It just wasn't good there. And yet again, Juve are on the attack. You know, still only 12 minutes into the match, and Mari clears this one away, only to Coman though. Finding a lot of success down Juve's right and our left. That's not encouraging signs. And now they're going down the other side. Now they're going down their left. Just a lot of play currently going on around the edge of the box, though. In fact, Rebic's earned the ball back for us. Siciliano has been brought down. We're going to get ourselves a free kick. I don't even know what the point of that highlight really was. Nothing really came from it. Alright, Sidibe. Shocking free kick. Absolutely shocking. What is it with all these free kicks being shown lately? Oh, no, we get injury. It's Rebic who's injured. We do have a replacement on the bench. It is Carlos. I don't know why I took Sonogo off there. My bad. But yeah, Carlos can come on for him. That's not great. We didn't want to see Rebic getting injured. He had a good qualifying with us, so it's not encouraging signs. But at least Carlos is on the pitch. You know, he has played at this level before. Another free kick from Sidibe. All our shots so far have come from free kicks. Actually, it's a Juve free kick, and they get closer than Sidibe has in all 3 of his attempts. And, wait, am I on the right highlights, yeah? Why am I on extended highlights? That was why it's not doing it. I'm normally on key highlights. But Juve get themselves a 2-goal lead. And that's not great. Meant to be on key highlights anyway. I might have been on extended for the previous game as well, which is why they showed all their free kicks. But, my God, Juve have taken a 2-0 lead, and I didn't even bother really looking at the goal because the fact that the goal went in was just infuriating. Musta having a shocking game, and I spoke how they were finding a lot of success down that left-hand side, and we didn't really have a backup left-back on the bench. So, that's not great. That's going to have to pretty much stay like that. I expect a better showing in the second half, and I'm going to individually talk to him and be like, look, mistakes cost us, and this is not acceptable. Alright, so, I think that was a decent team talk, and let's hope that it pays off. No, that's all we can really do. Hope that it pays off. Big ball punted forward. We managed to... No, we don't manage to get it back. And now Juve yet again on the attack. Good tackle from Mazzatelli. Let's see if we can build up a good opportunity, because all our other 2 opportunities don't technically count because we were on extended highlights and I didn't realise. Alright, Suarez to Coman. That's Juve. It's going to be Juve's attack. I just sense it. Or I can more likely see it as... Ah, fuck, it's offside. But, come on, it's so simple. Is really one change in the defence going to cost us that badly every time? You know, one different centre-back playing, and apparently the team can't organise itself defensively. Yet again, Juve. The team threatening, and... Oh my God, they almost get another corner in. Alright, these last few minutes, going to go attacking. Why the hell not? Alright, let's make some subs. Siciliano, you can come off. Mero, you can come on. Dugel, and apart from that, I'm all cool with everyone else who's on the pitch. Team talk wise, I guess I'll just demand more. Really, that's all I can do. Still not really done anything in this match. At least the scoreline isn't as large as it was last year. But yeah, it's still not offering anything going forward. In fact, maybe that'll probably be the best opportunity we create in open play. That. And it was just a hopeful ball forward from our goalkeeper, and it almost turned into an assist. Sidibe, what are you doing tackling from behind like that? Are you going to get sent off now? You probably are, aren't you? Oh no, it's a warning. Okay. Not another red for Sidibe this season, otherwise again it would have been so infuriating. But this might be another goal. Carlos, good block there from Amari. You know, the third choice centre back. Oh my god, Nicholas almost scoring from the corner. Did he not score the first goal? He did, didn't he? We're having a shocking time from set pieces, apparently. We just can't string a few passes together from what I'm seeing. Oh my god, Nicholas should have scored that there, because even Cox's attempt of that save there was just atrocious. We're just being overrun. It's a pathetic attempt from us to play this game. No real presence on the pitch right now. You know, it just seems so easy for them to get the ball and just transact. It's offside again. You know, we've conceded 4 goals here. Alright, 2 of them have been off, but I'm sure they're marginal. You know, it didn't look like there's much in the 2 goals they had disallowed. They may even feel hard done by some of them, or one of them. Alright, can we please? You know, it's the 85th minute. Can we fucking create something? You know, can we? Alright, Muster out on the left. Not the best game, but he's fucking just ran into a defender. And now, look, he's out of position. They're going to flood down that right-hand side. All the defenders have dragged themselves out of position to try and cover the defence. Very lucky there over Cox. Good save from him. It's just mistakes like that. You know, you could just lay the ball off, mate. But no, you've got to do all of this shit and try and beat a defender. And you know, I don't mind my players trying to beat defenders. In fact, it can be more infuriating not seeing that in real life and stuff. But you know, just think of time and place. You know, unless there's a bloke covering you, you know you can cover you. Don't do that. All right, so starts off with a defeat, and that, you know, you probably tell it was. I'm not too pleased with that, especially when our under-20s only lost 2-1. I mean, for God's sake, you know, they did better than us. But how long's Rebic out? Oh shit! The reason I'm so upset about that is not because Carlos has to play. I mean, far from it. It's just I took a winger out from the selection, and now on the bench I can't play McCourt. I'm gonna just have no winger on the bench, and that's not what I guess my winger on the bench is gonna be one of my strikers, and that's not what I wanted. It's the last thing I wanted. But yeah, next time I meet you back will be the home game against Benfica. I mean, I pray to God that we play better than we did there, because despite the scoreline being 2-0, which isn't too bad, it was still a shocking performance from us. Just we're a bit fortunate with the fact that they had a few disallowed and they weren't taking all of their chances. But yeah, I see you in the Benfica game. All right, guys, so we're back and we're at the Benfica game. For some reason, we're at Victoria Stadium again. I'm not really sure why this keeps happening. It should, you know, based on rules and regulations, we should be forced to play at Europa Point. But for some reason, we're allowed to play here, which I don't think is a bad thing, because obviously last year in the groups, we were actually really good at home, really good at Victoria Stadium. But it also then reiterates the point that I do want a new stadium, and it would be nice to benefit from a new stadium, because, okay, you know, we get a few good results here at Victoria Stadium, but we limit our money that we bring in. Ticket sales are a massive thing in the Champions League. You know, we picked up in the Maribor game, we picked up our highest ever ticket sales, you know, highest ever gate receipt, and that was like 200, I think it was, 230,000 or something like that. It was a lot of money. I think it was 200 or 300. Let me have a look at actually the history, because you can find all of this stuff out. Landmarks, not landmarks, records, attendance, gate receipt. Yeah, £229,000. You know, that's a lot of money just because we can pack 10,000 people into a ground. Limiting ourselves to 2,000 means we're missing out on a load of money. But yeah, you know, whatever, we'll go into this game, and we need a win today, or we need a result definitely, because Benfica won their game, Juve won their game. You'd expect them both to win again. If we want to get Champions League knockout, we're going to have to pick up a result against one of these guys, and you know, I think the home is the best way to do it, and we've got to do it today. So, team in comparison to the last one, the only change is Carlos comes in for Rebic, and apart from, and also actually Meti goes back in the defense obviously, and Amari goes onto the bench. Now, one little thing as well I kind of want to bring up is we did play a game in between the Juve and this match, and it was against Glacis United, and we played our younger lads. So we played people like Fofana, Armanda, he played. Macias, he played. The young Ivorian. Centre-back, he played. Ivorian. McCourt played. You know, just a lot of the youngsters we signed over the summer, they played in this match. And they looked really, really comfortable against Glasgow United. And last year, when I sort of played my second team against these teams in the league, more times than not, I'd find it was a close contest. This game was really comfortable. They did get a goal in the end, which I was disappointed with because we played well enough to earn the clean sheet. In fact, they only had one half chance in the whole match, no clear-cut opportunities, and it wasn't even a goal they scored it from. So that wasn't particularly. You know, I was disappointed to see that go in. But yeah, the youngsters played really well on majority of their debuts. Silvio got a goal, and so did John Brown get a goal as well. So that's nice to see. You know, our youngsters finding the back of the net. So let's progress into this match. Oh, what happened? Why are we on this screen? There we go. But yeah, well, victory today obviously would put us back on level terms with Benfica. In fact, it would put us above Benfica if we were to win today. And obviously, I think Juve have the beating of CSKA Moscow. So, you know, we just want to work as hard as we can. A 4-3-3 today. Quite an attacking formation. May struggle a bit there. I'm not too sure. We'll see how things go. If I see that we're struggling maybe to deal with the amount of players in the attacking half of the pitch, then I'll change it up. Although they're free in midfield, we should find ourselves outnumbering them in the centre of the park. I mean, in the midfield, and then we might see an advantage come our way. And in fact, it doesn't look like it's going to happen right now. Oh no, Zulu! Great save from Cox, who managed to get it cleared away. Really well done. Ceciliano is bloody injured again. In fact, there's Ceciliano with the ball to Sidibe. Into Sonogo. Sonogo scores. Great goal. Lovely bit of play there. And it's the 11th goal of the season for Sonogo, and he's first in the groups of a 10 in qualifying. So yeah, it was good by Sidibe to find Sonogo. Sonogo did really well as well to sit on the edge of the defenders. You know, get the ball, turn and shoot as well. Giving ourselves a 1-0 lead, and it looks like Victoria Stadium could be a nice place for us to play again. Carragher has been brought down. He's still got the ball back though. Not particularly great cross in. Sidibe to Carlos though. To Ceciliano. Hits the post. Really unlucky there. Carlos gets the rebound in though. And we get ourselves a 2-goal lead. And Carlos, who will be playing in all of this group stage due to Rebic's injury, will gets himself on the score sheet. So that's nice to see. You know, he's only his first start back actually since that injury to Rebic. And he's found the back of the net. Oh no, Muster's injured and we don't actually have a backup left back on the bench. So what we're going to do... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No, we don't want to do that. We're going to put Muster for Masoudi and actually put Rudot out on the left and put Masoudi out on the right. So our defence is going to be a little bit weaker now. That's not great. Of course, our only backup left back now at the club is Jesse Clark. Now, he's currently out injured. But Sonogo's forward. Should have found the target from there, Sonogo. But yeah, Jesse Clark's our only backup left back. So in fact, what you're seeing in the back four right now could be the back four playing in the next Champions League game if Muster's injury is that long. You know, it does last 2 weeks. Hopefully it won't, but you never know really. And now Benfica on the attack using that left-hand side. The makeshift left back with Rudot. Can't deal with it, but Cox with a fantastic save in the box. Point blank range, but managed to get a reaction save to it. Still Benfica on the attack. Mazzatelli now with a good challenge. And we're going to try and play this one away. Mazzatelli has picked up a little bit of a knock, but it's nothing that has actually hurt him or injured him too much. Oh, not a good ball forward from Cox. In fact, they could shoot. Cox is out of goal. well done by the defenders, preventing him from doing that. In fact, Mazzatelli, decent challenge, but they're going to get it back. Oh. Right, Mazzatelli's got the ball now. Right, we need to get it away. Or, you know, do that. In that situation, I'll be like, look, you can clear it forward, I don't mind. But Cox, in fact, could even get an assist here with Ceciliano. Ah, unlucky. Cox with a brilliant ball forward. Finding Ceciliano just couldn't wrap his foot around the ball enough to get it in the near post. But there you go, 2-0 at half-time, and we're looking very dominant indeed. Don't get me wrong, you know, oh crap, did I not do a team talk? Benfica are, of course, playing well, but we're looking better. Better than them. But the next goal obviously will change up the game. If we score it, you'd say it was game us. If they score it, you'd say it's game on. So it's important we don't concede very early on here. Junior headed away from Perez. Nice. And we live to survive that little early chance from Benfica from that set piece and the corner. Yet again, it's Benfica's set piece and Cox again gathering the ball for us. Alright, let's go. Let's build up play now. Carlos on that left-hand side, playing it all the way back to Cox in goal. Look to maybe spread the play out wide to the right. Or keep it down the left-hand side, actually, whatever. We won the ball, whatever happened. Oh, no, but they've... No. Alright, good. They managed to keep that one out. Is this on key highlights again? Because I don't... Yes, it's good. I was like... last time it was on extended, obviously. I didn't want to do that again. Alright, so I'm thinking Ceciliano is going to come off the field of play. What we're going to do is we're going to bring on Duzel. Actually, a little message came up before this match that I should drop him. Now, I thought that's a little bit harsh. I mean, he's not played badly recently. And the reason I'm not going to bring Silvio on, even though he just scored in the last game, is because he's more of a target man. So, you know, if we're going to play a poacher and a target man, I don't really need two target men up front. You know, it's not going to complement each other. And anyway, that's my view on it. No, you don't need two big men up front unless you're going to go for the win right at the end. All right, Mazzatelli through to Sonogo. Plays it to Carragher and, side netting. I think that's, what, the third or fourth time we've hit the side netting in this match? That's unlucky. Pretty much, you know, just... Apparently our players can't get it the right side of the post. And, oh, wow, I thought Benfica missed that, but they score it. Oh, it is offside. No, they didn't score it. Good. All right, so we keep our 2-0 lead. It means it's not going to be as tense as the last 10 minutes of the match. And, in fact, what I think we're going to do is we're going to bring Dan Morgan on for Mazzatelli. And I think we'll take Carlos off as well. And we will bring... Oh, no, wait, we've made all 3 subs, of course. But, yeah, we'll bring Dan Morgan on for these last 5 minutes of the match. Take Mazzatelli off. Fresh pair of legs in the centre of the park. Hopefully that will help. You know, just keep a clean sheet, maybe. I'm not sure. Iwadaro, I think his name was. Stackled by Mazzatelli, maybe. We can create something from this. Dujel's forward. He's got to score this one. Oh, my God. Oh, you've got to feel sorry for a striker when that happens. I mean, he got it past the keeper, but he just couldn't keep it down. And now, this is surely going to be the last highlight of the game. Sidibe. Not a good ball in, but like I said, it's just the end highlight. I don't think anything's going to be created from this. Probably a goal kick here or a corner or something like that. No, it's been cleared away. God, I hate the extended last highlights. I don't need to see 20 minutes of us passing around the ball pointlessly. You know, just have if you're going to have an end highlight, have it like, oh, the ball goes out for a goal kick. Time fast forwards a little, it's end highlight. But there you go, we win the game 2-0. And Victoria Stadium has yet again... been a little bit of a fortress for us. I mean, alright, it's just one game into this campaign playing here, but you know we've beaten the team, we've beaten the bookies' suggestion to finish second. You know, we'll definitely get through, and it does mean when we go away from home for them, you know, if we can limit them to a 0-0 draw away from home, it'll be great. But yeah, second in the table now after 2 games. That's ideal. That's where we wanted to be, obviously. Now we've got 2 games against CSKA Moscow, where I'll be aiming for wins in both. If we can get wins in both, I'd say we'd win through to the knockout, obviously for a competition, and it'll be down to the last 2 which one it is. So 21.466 million in the balance now. I love how that side, the y-axis has now gone from, you know, 0 to 20 million, I think it was, and now 0 to 50. That's how much money we have. In fact, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the board to build a new stadium. I know you guys want to, you know, have asked, you know, do you want to build a new stadium, or that's the next target? And I do want to build a new stadium, but of course, building new stadiums costs money. Now we have 20 million in the bank. Is that enough? I don't really know. I mean, I don't know how much it would cost to build a new stadium. I mean, it costs a lot, obviously. But yeah, let's the best way for the club to increase its revenue stream is to build a new stadium with a bigger capacity. I feel there isn't a need to build a new stadium as there's no evidence our fan base is expanding in the near future. See, with these things, it's awkward what I want to say, because sometimes when I say after all I've done for the club, for this club by raising its profile, sometimes they give it to me, but I don't want to cause crippling debt to build a new stadium. So I'm just going to say the financial benefits of help the club grow. Alright, they feel it's not good enough. I'm going to say I'm not too disappointed. You know, I don't really want to push the matter if it's going to cause us to take out a massive bank loan, and, you know, because then it puts even more pressure on me to do well in the Champions League. We'll just try and naturally let it happen. You know, and in terms of, because we've only played 1 game in the league so far, and it was at home, as you see, we're only getting about 4,000 people in a game. And actually, that was the first home game. That was the first league game of the season. Normally, you see a bit of a increase in attendances for their matches. And again, even the next home game against Lincoln, that's a massive game against the team we considered my closest rivals. So normally we do, you know, they're two biggest teams in the league, so we do get bigger attendances for that one. So, you know, the next real best indication will probably be the Man 62 home game. And so, you know, we're still not really averaging a lot in the league, but that would be our next. Well, I will keep an eye on it, obviously, and I do want to build a new stadium. So Musta's only out for 3 to 4 days, which means he won't miss the Moscow match. We'll play a second team against Gibraltar Phoenix. But yeah, next we'll meet back, beat them 2 Moscow games, and like I say, I'm aiming for 2 wins. I'm aiming for 6 points out of 6. The minimum I would accept is 4, because that's what we need to be aiming for, like I say, to get to the Champions League knockout. So until next time, guys,